Welcome to Topic Talks, where we talk about the topics you care about and leave out the ones you don't.
We talk about what most news sources don't: media, movies, and the multiverse.
We even invite guests to come talk topics with us.
Come join in on the fun.
Let's get started. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the giant conversation of this Topic Talks. I'm your host, Aaron Klingesmith, and joining us today is Matthew.
Heyo.
And not joining us again today is Mark or Lucas.
Well,
or anyone else for that matter.
what are we going to do with them?
I don't know. I thought I had a set pair of co-hosts, and poof, they vanished. It's one of my best tricks yet. Anyway, so how was your weekend, Matthew?
It was all right. So
just all right. Nothing fantastic happened.
I went to the mall and bought a soft pretzel.
What mall?
Genesee County Mall, right?
You mean Genesee Valley Mall?
Genesee. That's the one. That's it. That's
so you went
Genesee
there
Valley.
just to buy a pretzel?
I went for clothes, but then I looked at the clothes and I didn't like the clothes, and I was like, I want to buy something, so I bought a pretzel.
It wasn't even because I'm hungry. I just want to buy something to
Yeah.
make my trip worthwhile. So I
Yep.
bought a pretzel.
Cost me $4.20.
What clothes where'd you go for clothes?
I shopped in Macy's, JCPenney, Burlington Coat Factory. I dropped in to at least one or two other shoe stores, so yeah.
You were looking for clothes or for shoes?
Both. Whatever I could find. I wanted to buy something.
Did you find shoes or clothes?
Sorta, but then I bought two other shoes like a couple of days, a week before, so then I kind of felt bad about getting the shoes, so I don't know. I got a pretzel. I left
You
it
got a pretzel.
And then after I bought the pretzel, I walked around Barnes & Noble for a good half hour just looking at stuff. It was wonderful.
Why didn't you come to Great Lakes Crossing Mall?
I didn't even think of that. Genesee Valley is the only one I ever go to.
Great Lakes Crossing probably has a lot more things.
Maybe I'll make a trip up there.
You should. And if I'm working, you should come visit me.
All right. I'll do that.
Just don't be scared, because it is a gun range. There are guns.
Yeah, I'll be scared.
Okay. Like half the people that walk up. So there's two sets of stairs at my work. And one of them goes to the archery department. The other one goes to the range. And it's on a mezzanine. So you would assume that people would understand that it's all one floor, right?
Mm-hmm.
People walk up the stairs and go, oh, we went up the wrong stairs, because they see shooting range.
Mm-hmm.
Then they go back down and go over to the other set of stairs and go up. How does that make sense?
I don't know.
How did I get so frustrated sometimes. I ask some people, how does that not make why do you think it wasn't connected? I don't know, because it's a shooting range. So
You never know.
I don't see the correlation here. There used to be a restaurant over there, and it's still connected. I mean, they had doors.
There you go.
But the doors were open. They were allowed to be opened. I don't get people. That's why I need to get out of customer service. Go into radio.
Yeah.
Yay.
How's your weekend?
Well, it worked. So I dealt with people going up the stairs and going, oh, I went to the wrong stairs. And they don't even come all the way up. They come halfway up to the first platform.
Mm-hmm.
And then all they see is shooting range. And then me standing there. They're probably really like, man, he looks creepy. I'm going to go up the other stairs. That guy looks weird.
See? So now you know the real reason why they go up the other stairs.
Right.
It's you.
Although they probably go, his beard looks fantastic, though.
Yeah. I hear he put some product in it.
I do, actually.
There you go. See?
I do. I have beard shampoo and conditioner.
There you go.
I didn't know it was a thing. My girlfriend, who didn't have a beard, knew it was a thing, and I didn't know it was a thing. And I had a friend. April kept telling me about it. I'm like, that's not a thing. She's like, it's a thing. And I just ignored it. And a buddy of mine that works in the archery department has a fairly nice beard, if I can say so myself. And we were talking about it one day, because, when you have a beard, you randomly talk about, when you're talking when two guys have beards, they talk about things like that.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm gonna investigate this a little further. And he went and he said, so I found it's a thing and it's fantastic. And I said, what's a thing and what's fantastic? He said, beard shampoo and conditioner. I said, it's a thing? He goes, it's a thing. I have never used my normal shampoo on my beard ever again.
There you go. See?
It makes it so much softer, and it makes it kind of like, I don't know, fuller.
Yeah.
No, we're here in a redneck store when you can walk up to another employee and start talking about his beard. I was talking to the guy at customer relations today. He's a like a supervisor
Mm.
of the front end, and he when he started, he had this big long beard, and he shaved it off because the guy that I just referred to, his name's Robert, that works in archery.
Yeah.
Him and this guy from the front end got hired in at the same time, and he had just both of them had the beards that look about the same. And the guy from the front end didn't usually trim his beard, but he did for the interview. And so they called them twins. They kept getting them two mixed up, so he shaved it off. And then he grew it a little bit, and then he shaved it off. And so he's starting to grow it back again. I said, "You growing?" I said, "Hey, your beard's getting kind of full again." I said, "You gonna shave it off soon?" He's like, "I better not." He said, "I just went and spent a whole bunch of money on beard products." I said, "Ooh, what'd you buy?" And we got into a whole conversation about what he bought today. He bought beard balm, which is a thing, and like there's a whole bunch of stuff for beards. There's like a whole line of stuff. He even bought a little comb that he can keep in his pocket for it.
Yeah.
It's a lifestyle. It really is. So, since now everybody knows about my beard, and everybody else is at my work, I have I have a good story once I get all my screens straightened around because I didn't put them the way they should have. And guys, procrastinating is not the answer. Okay. So there's this husky that made a huge impact, or makes a huge impact, either way, all the time. And what it is there was a mistreated and scared puppy who grew up to be a very, very, very helpful husky named Patriot. And what he does is he helps out victims of abuse. So people who have been abused, he helps out. He's kind of like an emotional support animal. Especially kids who have suffered physical or sexual abuse. And this is just Orange County, California. So all of you chopper fans out there, Orange County choppers, same county. So, but he helps them find the strength to testify in court and all that, so they can try to put that person behind the bars, or behind bars. But it's because he knows what pain and abuse and neglect is. Patriot is a husky, and he was abused as a puppy, and he was his I'm trying to think, muzzle had been bound with wire very tight. And so now he has a permanent scar around his muzzle where that wire was. And so there's a lot of kids who see that on his muzzle, and they can just understand that he's been through a lot. So the owner, Kevin Marlin, age 47, who adopted Patriot from the Orange County Society for Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, he said, they look at me and say, somebody hurt him. Marlin told People magazine. And then I tell him, yes, somebody was very nice to him, or wasn't very nice to him, but he's doing well now. The kids sit down and pet him while they talk to their attorneys and investigators. They immediately feel more comfortable. Like I said, he's the owner, Marlin, has been involved with pet therapy for the past 10 years. And in 2012 is when he adopted Patriot. And he was 4 months when he sustained those injuries to his muzzle. But It caused more than just a scarring too. It took months of or a whole bunch of surgeries on his mouth, um, and he was it was severely damaged. But he's doing really good now. Um, but Marlon, the owner, gradually taught Patriot how to trust people again, by coating his fingers in peanut butter and letting Patriot kind of come up and lick him off his hands. Over time, Patriot allowed himself to be petted on the muzzle, and within a year, he didn't mind wearing a collar again. So apparently that was a problem too. Um, so they both currently work in the Orange County's PANDA program, which is Pause Assist the Needs of District Attorneys. That's what it stands for. Um, so he is one of 13 therapy dogs that helps these young victims. And Marlon also did say, he said, I remember one young girl who was just in the beginning process of trial, and she was was visibly uncomfortable until Patriot came over and nudged her with his nose. The girl grabbed a hold of him, and cried. Um, so it's a really good cause. Um, Merlin also said Patriot wears his scar to remind us all about his story of survival and forgiveness. He's an incredible dog, and it is an honor to have him in my life and spend my days working with him. So this is really cool, especially since my dog Charlie, I want to get him to be a therapy dog, because he didn't sustain any abuse of any form. He's a very healthy puppy, but he is very, 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 very aware of people's feelings, moods, um, and at some point even like mental disorders, even young kids. So it's really like there's an example, and I might have told this story on the show before. I was at work, and from where I sit, I can see almost the entire store. And April had Charlie um, at a counter where my friend worked inside the store, and they were sitting there chit chatting. And April realized that Charlie was fixated on this kid that was kind of walking in circles, looked lost. And they called him over and was trying to get information from him, and they found out that he couldn't find his parents. But he didn't really want to stay at the sunglass can. He's like, I want to go and find them. I think they're over here. And Charlie was able to kind of, and April didn't do anything, no commands or anything. Um, Charlie does this thing where he like nudges you with his nose to try to get your attention and be like, hey, pet me, keep your eyes on me. I'm here, pet me, play. Um, and so he did that to the little boy, and the little boy was like, oh, puppy. So he started petting Charlie, and that allowed my friend to call a manager to kind of help find the parents, and we found the parents, and everything was fine. But just that reaction that he had automatically to kind of like, hey, pet me. He didn't jump or anything, which is something that, Matthew, he does that a lot when he is, when you come in the door,
Yeah.
when he doesn't have his vest on and he's visiting people. So it's really, I really like the idea of a therapy dog, but this is a really cool story. What do you think?
I think it's uh I mean, I've heard of therapy dogs before,
Mm-hmm.
but I never thought of them being used, I guess, for trials. Which is kind of interesting. I have another story, where we'll talk about another assault case later on, but it's I've never experienced it, but I know I've heard the stories where it's traumatic sometimes to have to revisit those moments. It's like, especially in this case, because this isn't just uh, trial for speeding or something.
Right.
It's like, no, these are for people who have been abused, physically, sexually, what have you. And yeah, that's very tough sometimes on their psyche to
Yeah.
have to revisit those moments.